Something more than a week ago, I attended a psilocybin truffle ceremony at Earth Awareness Center in Teuge, the Netherlands. And for me, this was a very magical, transformative, healing experience. It was not the first time that I worked with this plant medicine, but it was the first time that I did it in a ceremony with other people like this. And this medicine came to me when I was in my teens. I experimented with several different substances, mind-altering substances, and psychedelics. And at that time, I didn't really understand their healing capabilities. I was more using them to have fun and to experiment and to to experience my freedom. And um, there was one moment I was on a festival. It was Boom Festival 2016 actually, and I decided to take mushrooms in the form of were mushrooms, and I did it actually 2 days in a row. Um, the first night was absolutely magnificent. I had a very good experience. I saw beautiful things moving, and I had a very nice feeling with it. And the second night, I did it again, and something else happened. I had a very challenging experience, and there was very loud, scary music being played over the speakers, and I was in a lot of panic that night. Everyone around me I didn't trust, and I had to find a safe haven for myself. So I went on to and I walked to the other side of the lake because this festival is next to a lake, and there are several areas where you can do different things. And I decided to go to the area where all the healing workshops were being held. There was no workshop at that time because it was in the middle of the night. But I decided to sit there next to a rock and wait out my trip. And I sat there for a long time. And it was this time that I had the first time a sense of someone looking over me while I was under the influence of the mushroom. And it was almost like there was some kind of spirit in it, and it was talking to me in a way that I had never experienced before, um, almost like telepathy. And what it was saying to me that this medicine is not something you do for fun. It can be fun, but it's not a party drug. And I was using it with the intention to party, which might happen, but it also might not happen. You never know. And it was telling me that when I would surrender to the medicine and I would surrender to whatever it wanted to do with me, then something beautiful would happen. And that is exactly what I did that night. I surrendered to the flow and to this telepathical conversation I had with the medicine. And I felt a very strong connection with myself and the earth and this planet and this ecosystem. And from that moment on, I started to use the mushroom in a different way because I learned that it is not something you do for fun. It is something that's very profound and very can be a very deep experience of healing. And later on, I started to do my own little research on the internet because my mind also wanted to know what this is about. And then I stumbled upon different researchers saying kind of the same things, that, but then from a rational scientific point of view, rather than my own intuitive experiential point of view, in which I had experience of in that trip. But I started to read about what scientists were saying about this medicine, and it was uh, it was very much in line with my experience. Also, the experience of the spirit, or like the father figure or the mother figure, um, which many people also have when they drink ayahuasca. They experience some kind of a mother spirit overtaking their or like influencing their thoughts and feelings. And from a psychological point of view, this is very interesting because it can give you new insights, just like in a dream when someone old and wise gives you some advice, which can happen in a dream. These experiences with these plant medicines can bring you so much wisdom and give you a perspective on your life that you did not have before. Um, and I have experienced this again and again when I use the medicine. I don't use it that often. I like to use it maybe 1 or 3 times a year. And the last time was in the nature temple of Earth Awareness Center in Teuge. And this brought a very new light to my use with this medicine, because when you do it not only by yourself but with a community, it's such a unifying experience with people that you don't know or maybe do know, um, which is something also very new for my experience, and it was very beautiful to share it. And I think it's very important that the stigma around these medicines are being taken away, because I believe they are misunderstood by the majority of people and government institutes for something that they are not, namely a party drug. And I think these substances, in this case the mushroom, but also ayahuasca, iboga, and maybe even LSD, are all similar uh, in their healing properties, and they can be very, very powerful tools. And they can also be very dangerous tools when you do not know how to use them. So, therefore, it's very, very important that we learn about these substances, and instead of just sweeping it under the rug and calling it a taboo. Yes, that's what I think, that it's very important to educate and to research these medicines. And my dream is that they one day, there are already many, many beautiful traditions around the world from which we can learn how to use these within a ceremony. But my dream is that one day they might take a place in regular psychological practice to cure people from their mental diseases. Thank you for listening and watching.